going on, guys? This is going to be a real quick tutorial in Reaper on how to set up your routing for the X32. From what I understand, you should be able to do the M32 the same way. So I tried doing all this from memory, so hopefully this video goes pretty well. We're going to go to Options, Preferences. Here on the audio system, you want to select ASIO. Now, in order to do this, you've got to have the proper drivers, and you've got to have the X32 turned on. Because if it's not turned on, you're not going to see this up here. Okay? So here you've got your first channel in, which is going to be the 1. And then the last one, which is 32. The outs are the same way. I've never messed with anything other than putting the driver in. I've never had a problem with it. Leave everything at default and just simply say OK. So here is the first one. As you can see, input right there is number 1. I'm going to go ahead and just arm this to record it. I've got a AKG P120 condenser microphone sitting probably about 3 foot away from me. But I don't want to get ahead of myself here. So we're going to go ahead and just delete this track. Okay, remove the tracks. Now, if you're setting this up for the first time, what I recommend is when you get to this point, you've selected the ASIO, okay, and then selected the X32. And down here where it says Project Templates, you're going to say Save Project as Template. Okay, and as you can see, I've already got one named here, Behringer X32 Rack, 32 in, 32 out. So I'm just going to call this 32. Okay. And we'll click Save. Now at this point, I'm simply going to make 32 tracks. Okay, 1, 2. You're just going to keep double clicking until you get your 32 tracks up. And then again, once you get your 32, you're going to come up here and you're going to do the same thing. Okay, you're going to come to File, Project Templates, Save Project as Template. I've got the 32 here. It's going to ask you if you want to override it. You're going to say yes, replace it. Okay, so once you get your 32 tracks in here, and then at this point, I'm going to go ahead and bring up my project template, which is the 32 in, 32 out. We don't need to save that. As you can see here now, here's all my tracks. Okay, guys. Now, like I said, once you have this saved, your 32 tracks saved as your project template, then you're going to come up to View, and you're going to come down to Routing Matrix. Now, as you can see over here, here's the master output. You've got 1 through 32. Okay, and then you've got the N, 1 through 32, and that's what you want. You want to check this box, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. These are your inputs. And as you can see, it goes all the way down to 32. Okay, now over here is your outputs. You're going to do the same thing. Out 1, out 2, out 3, out 4, out 5, and so on, all the way down. Once you do that, okay, you're going to come up to File, and you're going to go to Project Templates, and you're going to say Save Project as Template. Okay, and then I'm not going to do this here, but that's what you do. Okay, guys, so at this point, you're going to come up here where it says Input. And as you can see, when you click down the mono, I now have 32 channels that I can select. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. The first channel is input 1, second channel, input 2, so on, so on, so on. It doesn't matter what channel I click on. Okay, if I come up here, as you can see, it says input 15, and here it is, track 15. So now I'm going to go ahead and arm channels 1, 3, and 4. These two I have linked. These are my room mics. These are Behringer C5s. And then, like I said, I've got the AKG P120 here. And that way that you see it's armed. So now when I do any recording, it's going to come into the X32, into Reaper, being recorded, out of Reaper, going back into the X32, and then going out over the PA system. Okay? If you're doing this in the studio, and let's say that the channel 1's always going to be your Vox, just type in VOX. one, main, whatever you want to put in here. And then the very last thing that you're going to do is come up here and you're going to save that project template. Okay. So if you're always going to record with this, you can arm every single channel to record, whether you're tied into it or not. And that way, when you go to set it up for your next session, it doesn't matter. Okay, if you've got an input coming in there, then you're going to see, the meters come up. All right, and that's basically it. Okay, take care, God bless, and we are out of here.